Well, now the fruit of all that hard work is finally ripening. It's about time. This is just this is something terrible that this, going out to China, having it manufactured. I don't know, it takes months. The poor Chinese guy manufactures it in no time. It arrives here in Indonesia, and here it is. It waits here in Indonesia for more than a month because you need to arrange this paper and that paper. Well, as you can clearly see right now, the vehicle is just slowly and carefully backing in. It can even manage to back in with a bit of hope and a lot of precision. And thankfully, they are definitely not knocking down any of the fences along the way at all. So, at this very moment in time, we are going to carefully move absolutely everything from one container over to the other one. And then we will finally be able to see exactly what is going on with the whole situation here. And by tomorrow morning, we are already planning on heading out on our next big journey. Then it can finally go up on the roof for the next stage. We are going to start with the first roof section specifically. We will do a very thorough test with it there to see how it performs. One more really good thing to mention is that the Desert material held up really well under pressure. There was no problem at all, even when a surprisingly big and heavy pumpkin rolled right over it. Right now, two different things are happening at the same time. The first one is exactly what they wanted to get done last week, which is the main priority for the team today. The mountain of administrative paperwork and formal documentation, including all the complex files that require a meticulous review, sorting, and filing before any further progress or official approval can be granted for this specific project. It is truly a great joy that the shipping container has finally arrived here, and inside the container is the elang. Well, it certainly wasn't a simple case at all. As I have mentioned many times before, the Chinese factory usually manufactures it in about 10 days. The journey from China to Indonesia takes roughly 4 to 5 days. And after that comes the absolutely excruciating administrative process. The nerves, the customs clearance, and all the rest, those take more than a month. So you really have to count on about 2 months for something like this. During this time, they check the company. I don't know, they requested the documents, the permits, and all sorts of things. And once they found everything in order, they sent it all off. Now, let me show you roughly what it will look like. I'm very excited too. Honestly, it would be interesting if they didn't send what we ordered, right? So, these are the boxes. As you can clearly see right here, it is perfectly visible to the naked eye. However, I am going to go ahead and open it up for you right away so you can get a better look, okay? I will just start with one of them for now. Yes, take a look at this specific knife. Well, to be perfectly honest, it is not really a traditional knife in the way you might expect, but rather a specialized tool for this task. And here it finally is, standing right here in front of our very eyes. I honestly think that if I take a few more steps up from this position, you will be able to see every single intricate detail and feature much better than ever before. Ah, there we go. That is exactly it. Yes, without a single doubt, this is absolutely the specific one I have been searching for. Definitely. Oh, it looks so incredibly good from this angle. Yes, it truly and honestly does look remarkably good and impressive, and I am actually doing it. Finally making it happen right here and now in this very moment. I'm going to perform a burn test today to see how these materials react. We are going to compare the traditional, old-style elang with this brand new version that is supposedly fireproof. So, if we take a look at the setup here, I have now placed the synthetic elang and the natural elang side by side, so we can compare them. I want you to pay close attention to the color. You will notice that they are remarkably similar to one another from a distance, if a person doesn't already know that this one is actually a synthetic material. This material right here is actually fake alang. It is so incredibly realistic that you might not even be able to tell that it's not the real thing just by looking at it. But let's say if you are viewing it from this far away, you can't really tell the difference at all. Not really. Well, I only decided to take out this small amount right now because I definitely don't want to accidentally make a big fire out here. It's better to be safe. Now, let's go ahead and move over into the shaded area where it's a bit cooler. Furthermore, as we move forward with our culinary process, we are also going to take all the necessary steps to meticulously prepare both of these premium, high-quality pieces of meat, ensuring that every single detail is handled with the utmost care and precision to achieve the most flavorful and tender results possible for our final dish today. After the long and quiet hours of that little dry night have finally passed, we can see that it gradually begins to develop some glowing embers. Now that the process is well underway, let us take a much closer and more detailed look at this particular fake alang to see how it is holding up. The crispy crackling really needs to twist and curl. Thank you very much. Alright, let's take a very careful look at what is happening right here. If you observe the edges closely, you can see that it is already dripping down quite steadily now. And just as we had anticipated from the start, it is finally going out and moving toward the exterior. It certainly looks like everything is proceeding exactly the way we wanted it to. It is honestly quite fascinating to witness this entire process unfolding in real time. It really worked out just as we planned, and these results are looking very promising for the next stage of our test, confirming that our hard work has finally paid off. In all honesty, this material performs exactly as we had hoped and fulfills every single one of our requirements. While it is true that the surface gets a little bit singed during the process, that is truly the only minor issue we have encountered so far. Now, this represents incredibly good news for our clients, because for anyone who specifically requests it, we will be fully committed to building their entire house out of this innovative material. However, quite honestly, we have reached a point where we don't really want to be in the business of building houses anymore. We definitely won't be building a house for ourselves out of regular alang grass, because just think about it. When this material starts to burn, the entire wooden structure catches fire in no time at all. From what we have seen, a house built like this lasts maybe 20 minutes, and then only a pile of ashes is left behind. Absolutely nothing else remains of the home. It is truly a terrible and frightening thing to experience. So we spent a lot of time looking for a much better and safer solution to this serious problem. And we tried to get the best price, which of course we can get from China. Now we're going to see how long it takes and roughly how successful we are, because here in Indonesia it was incredibly expensive. Well, thank you for watching the video. Goodbye.